Radiant team ban.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Alliance versus Team NP, game number 2 coming at you here for the Dream League Season 6 group stages. I'm Breaking CBK once again, and we are well into the draft here. As you can see, a little bit change of pace this draft somewhat here. It's already different heroes on either side, other than the Bat Rider that we do see on the side of Alliance, but they paired that up with the Ogre Magi here, so they definitely got some flames to work with. Going to look to burn here the players of Team NP. No, but a solid composition already to start. Obviously plenty of roam potential. The initial bans, by the way, Drow, Slardar, then we had Disruptor and Shadow Demon taken up by Team NP. Disruptor has really proven to be an Alliance kind of flavor hero of choice. Hanskin, he's showing that he likes to play that hero quite a bit, actually. So he's going to be taken out here, as well as the Shadow Demon. Obviously, Shadow Demon last game. Now, earlier on, didn't necessarily have the biggest impact, but as the game progressed, that Illusion Creator, the Disruption, paired with the Naga Siren, it just became absurd. So Team NP just doesn't want to have anything to do with it this game. They take it out. They do pick Wisp and Nyx Assassin themselves right here. So that's already a very strong start, and this is something that we have seen. In fact, they're the ones that ran this against Complexity, right? And yeah, that match I casted this last week here with Tralf, actually, that was for BTS, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the one we casted on Beyond the Summit there. That was their stomp of Complexity, where it was either the first or second game where they ran the Wisp Nyx, and they just absolutely obliterated them. So now Nyx in general, again, really has been coming out of the strong scene lately as well, so not surprised to see that either. But that paired up with the Wisp, it potentially could be really scary here for Alliance. So having a saving tool like the Dazzle here with the Shallow Grave, I think it's actually a solid choice here for sure for Alliance. That could come into handy most certainly against that combination. But it's also going to be a lot of, really just trying to make sure that you have the detection for him. It is kind of ironic almost that Alliance is the one that banned Slardar. Speaking of detection, would have been nice to have a Slardar against the Nyx Assassin here. But they do not, so ain't going to happen. But a gem eventually would be nice, so something like the Bat Rider could use that. Anyways, third pick here for Team NP. Who are they going to go with here? They got the offlane, they got their 5 support most likely. So still need their 1, 2, and 4. They're really thinking about this one with reserve time. They're already down to 15 seconds here with this pick coming out.
10 seconds remaining.
Going to be the Weaver, actually. Again, they ran the Weaver last game. This is going to be the third Weaver game today, isn't it? This is only my 4th game cast today, and this is going to be the third Weaver game out of the 4 games. I literally have never casted a Weaver game before today. And now all of a sudden we have 3 games in a row. Because it was the second game of the last series too. So what the hell's up with that? No, but yeah, Alliance ran it against Escape in their second game victory. And now we have back-to-back games for Team NP. They like the Weaver option. So going to go the Weaver here. Kind of got the bug lineup coming out for Team NP. That with the Nyx Assassin, it feels like. Is there another bug hero that stands out that they could go? That'd be fun. Now we have the 4th pick for Alliance, so they still need their 1, as well as their middle option. Invoker is still on the board. Obviously, Sven Morphling bands coming out from Alliance, and then Ursa Lifestealer from Team NP. Yeah, it's actually, I read that interview. I was really excited to see Alliance and this idea of this aggressive playstyle that they were talking about. But I got to say, I watched a little bit of them at WESG. And frankly, today, I haven't necessarily seen that from them. I obviously, I know exactly what they're talking about with this very aggressive nature, that this Han playstyle of really the go, go, go action. It doesn't feel like that's been the case, honestly, so far today, and again, a little bit I've watched at WESG. And honestly, having a player like Loda as well, who seems like he's more of that, I'm going to take some time and do my thing and farm, and then eventually take over the game kind of player / heroes that he plays. I don't know if that's going to be as much as Hanska was either hoping for, or maybe that was just him kind of, just speaking his mind in the tie, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm curious to see, if that kind of starts to pop up more and more as they get more comfortable together. But yeah, game one against the Scam, I mean that's yes and no. I mean it happened to be aggressive. I think that a lot of that though was a draft. I mean again that game though, they were facing a triple melee. They went aggressive because of that. It was clearly the right decision. And yeah, they did have the Knicks pick up though. Yeah, no, game one I guess did feel like a little bit more of maybe what we would have hoped to expect from Alliance here. But well, speaking of Husker, actually, Team NP is going to pick up Husker, so they got the IO Husker combination as well. Again, so IO works well with both the Knicks as well as the Husker. So it actually seems like a solid choice of a pick there, kinda. I say that because the lockdown for Alliance is pretty powerful, and that seems to be the bane of Husker. Speaking of bane, wouldn't it be fun to see him as a pick as well? No, but they banned Oracle with their final ban, and makes a lot of sense there. If they gave them Oracle as well as the Wisp, that could have been pretty dangerous, having to deal with that Husker. But yeah, this lockdown of the Alliance I think is going to be very beneficial. You throw the Chronosphere now on top of everything. I mean, every hero technically has some kind of stun in a way, even the Poison Touch, of course, coming out for Dazzle here. And they're going to find up in Raze here on the side of Team NP. So now Alliance, that is going to be a one Faceless Void, isn't it? Wow, yeah, it's just hitting me. I guess they do have the Batrider already. OD is still on the board. Yeah, Limp didn't have the most successful game last game with OD, but
Alliance's turn to
it seems like it could still be a solid pickup here. Yeah, he did have that slight nerf to his early damage output, but is it enough to deter you from him? Abaddon coming out for Team NP meanwhile. I feel like we've seen a little bit of Abaddon lately. I want to say Team NP ran Abaddon recently, if I'm not mistaken. God, something makes me think that. Anyways, they pick Abaddon. Kind of another hero, though, that helps assist Husker in terms of keeping him alive and the ability to do work. That with his passive, man, Curse of Avernus could be pretty powerful here.
Chaos Knight.
Interesting. They go Chaos Knight with their final. So is that going to be a Loda Chaos Knight? Are they going aggressive here? They're going aggressive, aren't they? They're going to go aggressive again, just like they did against Escape. Yeah, it's going to be a Loda Chaos Knight. They're going to have Faceless Void top, I would assume, with Jonathan? And then Batrider mid-limp? Is that... Man, this is interesting. What are they doing here? But I think we are going to see an aggressive trial lane, though, from Alliance, because you look at NP, they aren't necessarily the most aggressive themselves. I mean, they're essentially going to be running a Husker, Abaddon, and Wisp at the best there, and that's not necessarily a trio of heroes that screams, man up or team makeup that's going to be very scary. Or I guess it may be the Weaver involved instead of the Husker. Eternal Lamb be the one playing the Husker here. Yeah, you see they haven't. Okay, Limp is on the Batrider, so it is going to be a mid Batrider. Oh, this is fun. Chaos Knight coming out. That was a left field pick up there. But you talk about lockdown. Obviously, Chaos Knight even brings more lockdown on top of that with the Chaos Bolt. Yeah, this is a fun final pick right here. Early War comes down for SVG over near the Roshan pit. But here we go. Alliance trying to remain undefeated throughout the day, as they are now up 1-0 in this series here against Team NP. After going 2-0 against the formerly undefeated Escape Gaming team just earlier today. They Roshi. Old chat is real. Totally Roshi.
30 seconds to battle.
Hans can actually play in the Ogre Magi here. So yeah, that makes sense. EGM again. He's been more of the 5 support here. NP looks like they're going to contest this top rune. Maybe get a gank in the process if Loda's not careful. Bottom rune going to be picked up by Alliance here.
The battle begins.
Both are going to be picked up by Alliance. Wait, what? Man, NP's really that scared of fighting at level 1? I am shocked by that. I mean, it's not like the end of the world, but they just flat out gave up both runes right there. Very curious at that decision. So yeah, Limp going to be playing the Bat Rider. He actually ends up, where the hell is Limp? He goes bottom lane. So they're not doing this aggressive. They're actually tri-laning middle is almost, it feels like right here. As Chaos Knight ends up in the middle lane with Dazzle. And you got Ogre Magic just roaming around. So, so Limp playing the Bat Rider, yet he's in the off lane here. I will say, of course, coming from the Hondays, Limp actually has a lot of history playing off lane. So I assume he's somewhat comfortable on this. I know he's been more of a mid player lately on the Dota 2 scene, of course, especially on the side of Alliance. But point is, I think he's going to be doing just fine here as the offlane Bat Rider. Does have Ogre Magic kind of roaming on nearby with him. But this goes back to the idea of an MP's lineup. Again, it's not the most aggressive. Wait, SVG's playing the Nyx. Okay, God, I didn't need to really. Noctis on the Abaddon here, so it's an off-lane Abaddon. Nyx is actually playing in the 4 role instead. And that does give them much more presence now here in this trial lane. Yeah, Jonas and Fan playing the Void. Meanwhile, at the top lane. God, this draft here by both sides really got funky at the end. And just like who's playing what. You see the Burns coming out of the Limp. The Lemmy's like, I know you got Burns. Here's Burns for your Burns. Burning Spear doing plenty of damage. But yeah, having Nyx down here obviously brings a solid stun to the table that they can rely on. So not as safe for Alliance. I think they were hoping for it. Now Dazzle's going to rotate over though. So kind of is going to make this aggressive tri lane come to fruition here. As no, they're rotating elsewhere. I guess they're just going for the bottom rune. SVG will actually get that one. Haste rune top. Alliance should be in a prime spot to pick that up. No one from NP's even remotely heading over. So Chaos Knight here in the middle. I need to remember both stats. He is 17-7. Wait, what? Weaver's 3-0. Jesus. Aoi 2000 has not been having a good start. I guess Dazzle has been here for a lot of it, but holy crap. Loda is just outright dominating here in the middle lane when it comes to last hitting. That is something. God, look at that Chaos Bolt right there doing plenty of damage. Aoi has to play this very safe. There he goes in, but again, Aoi, quick use of the Shikuchi there. He'll be fine. What is that even called? The Reality Rift. You never remember that. Being informed, though, I guess Loda does have a history on this hero as well as being the Chaos Knight. And in fact, they're going to go in again. The Poison Touch applied. But yet again, Weaver will survive. Does have 11 charges on that magic wand if his. So he's more than fine. But bottom rune, 4-minute rune. The Nyx Wisp combo, but Hanskin does have Loda coming over. There's the Chaos Bolt, and now Nyx Assassin needs to be careful. I was going to say, maybe they should go for the Wisp, though. It makes more sense. There's a Reality Rift. And Rose is completely blocked. He's going to tether away, though. Will it be enough? Chaos Bolt is ready. A little surprised he's not using it here. Okay, he knew that he could run up, so why waste the mana and the cooldown when you know you're going to get the kill? That's why Loda's a pro player, and I am freaking not. SVG gets caught meanwhile. There's the Chaos Bolt to assist for that kill. And down goes 2. So 2-0 start now in favor of Alliance. Somebody suicide? Oh yeah, Abaddon suicided there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I assume so. Look at Weaver. He's actually going to come to the top lane. So NP, their lanes have kind of, they're really just throwing them around. It's what already was, somewhat funky with who's playing what and kind of trying to make it work. And that last pick, Chaos Knight, really threw them off, as it did for us during the draft as well. But if you can put the other team on tilt right at the beginning of the game with the landing phase, then you know you're already accomplishing plenty. So But yeah, Loda here on Chaos Knight already looking pretty. He gets his first point there on the Chaos Strike. So let the RNG forever be in his favor. Is that 1437? Is he Rose? I assume he's Rose. Then yes, it is. I believe it is Rose. Yes, okay. So yeah, he is playing the Wisp. Top lane. Now he's in trouble. Chronosphere comes out. He's like, yeah, I got the Shikuti or whatever. And he goes down. What is it called? Shikuchi. Shikuti. Is there another name they can use for that? Shikuchi. This just sounds like it's a fun name to say, but goddamn. Shikuchi no Kuchi. Shikuchi don't matter. Good job with the Chronosphere to guarantee that kill and not allowing him to Shikuchi away. Anskin's kind of taking over the middle, leeching some experience while Chaos Knight is elsewhere. Where is Chaos Knight? He's at the top lane now, so transitions coming out across the board. What is being delivered to Mr. Chaos Knight? It will be... Oh, he's already got a Bracers finish, so... Shikuti. Shabuti. Shapoopy. Oh, the Family Guy. Shapoopy. Shapoopy. Should call it Shapoopy. Abaddon finishing the phase boost right there. So this is going to be really interesting seeing this Abaddon progress here, considering he's playing more of a farming role. He actually doesn't have any points in the Mist Coil yet. He doesn't? He's sitting on a point currently, unless he went stats, which I don't think he did. No, he doesn't. So yeah, he's sitting on a point right here. I'm guessing to... I don't know why he'd be sitting on a point, honestly. It feels like just get borrowed time or just continue to level up your passive? I don't know. Well, we'll see what he eventually does. Power Tread's picked up by Faceless Void there. A couple of smokes coming out, one for either side, actually. See if a smoke gank is coming out successful here in the near future. Meanwhile, picking up more farm here in the middle lane. He's still level 5, just about... Oh, there you go. He is level 6 now. Armlet is finished on Husker, meanwhile. Shifted over to net worth here. Husker is definitely not doing too shabby himself. Looks like a smoke's going to happen. They're going to try to make a play at the top lane up here. Shallow Grave is ready to go for EGM, though. Oh, we get stomped. That's not good. Oh, the neutral creep assisting. Gonna Shallow Grave right here? No, he's not. Impale comes out, and down goes Dazzle. Centaur's Conqueror's MVP. There's a double damage pop. Is there a reason he uses a double damage on himself? That doesn't go through the tether, does it?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
This top tower, it's going to fall, so NP, just like last game, the objectives are going to start coming out here. They get the top tower. First one to get a tower kill. Oh, the middle actually went down as well. I didn't even notice that. That must have happened here pretty recently.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get the bottom tower kill by Alliance, so both teams in that state of... Let's get some earlier tower kills now. Batrider needs to be a little careful. Abaddon still sitting on that point here. He doesn't have borrowed time. I really wonder why he's not leveling that up. I don't know, is it like a visual? Does it show something that if he levels it? Okay, he gets it right there, and there we go. He pops it. It's going to wear off, though, and now they're continuing to go on him. Poison Touch is out. There's a stun coming out from Ogre Magi, and now here's a lockdown on Enoch, so they will eventually catch up to him. You see Chaos Knight spawning those illusions, the Phantasm. And they assist in that kill. Don't know if that was necessary, but a kill is a kill, so. Oh, so you actually don't have the ability to share it. Oh my god, I can't say I knew that.
Top tower is under attack.
So once because he bottled it up, he had no choice to use it himself. Got you. Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tower though, NP.
Dire's structures are
This Husker is doing plenty of damage. It's going to be fortified, however, so gonna have to go back in for the kill. I need to be very careful about it. See, he's got that armlet toggle ready to go, and he'll be fine. A Wisp just going to sit with him. And we'll just continue to stick with him. Smoking from Alliance here. You got mid push by Jonas Van meanwhile. This Vlad's coming along nicely. Blink Dagger on Bat Rider. They caught Owie. He's going to use a Chronosphere. Nope, not necessary. Obviously, you don't want to let him use that time lapse of his, but couldn't get it off in time. The lockdown's real enough with Ogre Magi and Bat Rider there. And perhaps a bash thrown in there by Faceless Void. Not sure if it did. But the point is they locked him down long enough to get the kill. So not been the prettiest of games for Owie here. He's 0-3-0. A net worth of 3,600. It's actually a little higher than I thought it was. Yeah, his start at Creep Farm 2 was just horrendous. But, oh, Loda destroys right there of the Impale. Using the Phantasm. He's just going to walk it off. Oh, wow, he just got his Hand of Midas delivered, and down goes Rose. What a play right there. Ports in with the reality shift, and they also pick up the kill onto Husker off to the side. And now SVG, he ain't going anywhere. Chronosphere will stop him. Reality Rift. Reality Shift. Reality Rift. 3-0 for Alliance. And you see the Berserk being thrown out. That's something else that's just great synergy, too. With Berserk, or Bloodlust more so, being thrown up to Chaos Knight here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And there's the Vlad's finished on Faceless. This is having a lot of similarities to that first game against Escape Gaming. It really is for Alliance. And, you know, kind of making the point in the draft there, it's like, have we really felt that from Alliance, this whole aggressive play style that they've been hinting at? Kind of former Han play style. Maybe saw a little bit of that in Game 1 against Escape, and, well, kind of see that here. And guess what? It's getting them some big leads, actually.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they most certainly have been mobile and, you know, eventually coming together. Ogre Magi after the side, but he's got support, so he's not afraid. He's going to port out, and will be successful in knowing that they don't have a stun there. At least that he saw, and he was correct. I've been saying Jonas and Fan for basically like 4 years, man. I'm going to keep calling him Jonas and Fan because he's my boy. Anyways, good escape from Ogre Magi. I got the Forest Staff in the works for Bat Rider. On the other side, Helm of the Dominator finished on Eternal Envy. Dragon Lance picked up by Weaver. Nyx obviously hasn't had much farm this game. Him and Wisp are both down there on the bottom of the bucket list here for the net worth overall. Speaking of that, about a 3,500 net worth lead for NP. And experience-wise, about a 4,500 lead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, they're going to push the top tower in. This is the first secondary tower they're trying to take out here at the top lane. And that will end up being an easy tower kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So NP only has the one hero kill, but they're getting some decent objectives, actually. Even Roshan going down, so that's why obviously there was no reaction here of Alliance. Perhaps that's what NP figured anyways, but there's a Roshan kill. Aegis, nobody's picked it up just yet. There we go, Chaos Knight finally picking it up. And now Bat Rider being here. Bloodlust applied. Not going to catch anyone, though. They do got the vision, but just not comfortable enough. Husker, though, he's sitting around farming. Uh-oh, Bat Rider's pushing out. Yeah, he needs to get back. He'll be good. 2,000 more gold saved up already on Faceless. Yasha likely in the works for him. What are we seeing here on it is the armor, okay. Thought it was, but just want to double check with that. So it is going to be the armlet finished on Chaos Knight. He's got that with the Midas and the Power Treads. He's got a lot of attack speed here as well. It's obviously very beneficial. Speaking of Loda, he's charging in. Currently is invis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Gem
attack.
just purchased by
Radiant's
Ogre as
structures
well.
are fortified.
Let's take a look at vision here. You see the wards on the side of the Radiant here for NP. Fairly aggressive wards, actually. Haven't really seen a recall used yet by, or relocate more so, by Wisp here. See the aggressive ward. Very aggressive ward coming out from Alliance, meanwhile. Just about to wear off, though. Yeah, this Chaos Knight really has done a lot of work this game, and it dominated middle. And it's just the transition of it, the early fight presence he brings. 3-0-3, the lockdown's obviously so good against Husker. We haven't really seen the big fight kind of clash yet, but it feels like that's going to be such an advantage for Alliance. Meanwhile, what the hell? Nyx Assassin. He gets found over here near their own Ancients. Sure, Nick's simply trying to be crafty, but my guess is that Hanskin spotted whoever has the gem. It looks like it is Bat right now. Hanskin purchased it, but hands it off to Limp, which makes sense. Now, Aoi 2000 is trying to pick up some kind of farm and harassment up here at the top. Does so, but falling back might come at a cost for him. Jonas Van Chronosphere going to be used. Catches him in mid-Shakuchi. Going to be pushed back and cannot get the time lapse off. He goes down. Meanwhile, Nox just trying to live. He's got the Borrow Time Stone ready to go. Just walks it off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That will be the end of it. I mean, Lasso is still ready to go for Limp, actually. So, oh, the Invis over here of the Nyx. Yeah, again, with that gem, he definitely knows now if he didn't already.
Radiant's top tower.
You must look at the minimap more often, as well as everything else that's going on. I always love seeing that comment. It's like, yeah, I mean, ideally in a perfect world I would be, but, you know, when I'm going on about a point talking about a specific hero, I'm kind of looking at other things. Gonna miss kills, man. It happens.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he's just going to be reclaiming in just over a minute here. Oh, they catch Eternal Envy. He's by himself up here. Here comes Rose. It only seems like it's going to be a lost cause, though. Gets pulled back in. Down goes Rose. Eternal Envy may get the kill at Handskid, but it's going to come at a cost for his life, most likely. He's still alive, but not for long. As soon as Chaos Knight joins the party, Phantasm's out, just doing plenty of damage, getting that lockdown. The crits throw it in there. Pulls in with the Reality Rift, and down falls the Nyx Assassin as well. Now he's going for Aoi 2000. I mean, there is still the Aegis onto Chaos Knight, so he's still feeling comfortable. Takes out Abaddon, picks up the triple kill. Aoi 2000 will be good as he time lapses away. But Alliance a 2-for-4 exchange. Only lost their supports throughout that fight. And I mean, you look at Chaos Knight too, his individual even gold change there. Over 800 gold earned. 3,700 gold saved up on him. So a big item he may go for next. I know Heart is a possibility. Assault Curious, it sounds like. There's another Hand of Midas purchase. This one actually by Weaver. The bot's now picked up by the Bat Rider. Shadowblade choice by Faceless. Interesting choice there. Instead of going for the Yasha, the Diffusal Blade, kind of seems like more the routine, the Manta style. Actually gets a Shadowblade to go with the Vlads. Could argue, obviously, this brings a little bit more initiation, a little more solo pick potential even. He's kind of trying to use it right here. Scout somebody. Oh, they may catch out yet again. Chronosphere's ready. Here's the open of the Chronosphere. Bashed him with some auto attacks. Here comes Ogre Magi, the stun to follow. Multicast, just for good measure. And down goes the Weaver. Yeah, the Shadowblade pickup actually really doing work right there. It's a great scouting tool. It's almost like their own kind of Nyx hero. And that speaks to me as this aggressive play style that Hanskin was hinting at for Alliance. You know, seeing something like that, the Shadowblade initiation from a Faceless to allow for kills like that to happen. There's a Reaver, what used to be called a Mission Schmitz Reaver. Mission Schmitz, something like that. Anyways, just called a Reaver now, probably for good reason. Top tower will fall. But that means that it's going to be the Heart here, it looks like. For Loda, also has that Vitality booster. SVG hunting around. And collapse on a Hanskin, actually. EGM's coming in, though. Weave comes out. He's going to be protected by that R in the background. Eternal Damage, putting some damage onto EGM, but he pops a Shallow Grave. He'll survive. Nobody touched us yet on the side of Alliance. Hanskin's just kiting this whole time. He's a tanky Ogre Magi, apparently going to live through it. And there's a pushback from Limp. Now here comes support from Alliance more. So Chronosphere not ready, but Chronosphere doesn't care. He doesn't need that. He stops the cooldowns, uses a Time Walk right there, but realizes actually he's in a bad spot all of a sudden. Loda's not here. Oh, never mind. Loda's here. I was going to say Loda wasn't here this whole time. They take out Wisp, though, with the Reality Red. Push back on Eternal Levy, but again, that does not stop anymore. So he actually will get out. Knocked meanwhile on the run. Pops the borrowed time. But he gets stunned out of the TP by that bash. Down goes Abaddon. Faceless Voice secures the kill. God damn these hiccups.
Dire's courier has been killed.
All right. Sorry, God. I'm trying to get rid of those freaking hiccups there. That whole fight. I'm trying to deal with the hiccuping. Anyways, so yeah, I saw right there. I mean, this is just control for Alliance. 19-4 lead now. This is a scary Alliance team. If they continue to play at this rate here, especially throughout the stream, like again, this is one day. This is one day for them. So just like, you know, for a team, we can't overreact when they maybe are sloppy or fall apart in one series. We can't do it the other side of it where, well, let's not look too much into this from this one day, but you got to feel really good if you're Alliance. Again, I'm sure they heard all the criticism and everything after their WESG performance, which it feels weird saying because, again, they finished third place, but still, people expected higher perhaps of a team such as the name with Alliance and everything. But they clearly are working together. And, hey, you know, you do successful enough in this Dream League here, you get an invite to DreamHack as a result. The top 4 teams of the 8 advance on. And this is a Dream League that's just really no one knows. No one knew. I talked about that last week, you know, what's going to happen with it. It's really all up in the air. It's a matter of how these new rosters kind of come together in most cases. And right now it's looking like Alliance feeling pretty good. But still plenty to be played, like we talked about this earlier as well. I think he played 14 games in total, so this will only be 4 of those 14, so still 10 more to go for them. So still plenty. Meanwhile, Smoke coming out, Loda leading the way. He's not Smoke, he doesn't give 2 shits. He's got a Heart of Tarask on him, and thus 3,400 life. Also, he hits really hard. And let's throw a Bloodlust on you as well, just for good measure.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There's a Smoke coming out from NP, meanwhile. Again, still have yet to see that relocate, but honestly, I feel like this Wisp pick was just more simply for the babysit of the Husker. But at the same time, that means that synergy of the Nyx Assassin with the relocated Bio hasn't necessarily come through. They did that against Complexity last week in the Summit 6 qualifiers, and it was just beautiful to watch. It really was. But they just have not been able to get that at all this game. I don't think he's used relocate once this game. At least offensively, from what I've seen. There's now an Aegis picked up. Crimson, I mean, that's not Crimson, that's a Solar Crest picked up by Dazzle here. So it's just all across the board. Things just continuing to get bigger and better now for this Alliance team here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This seems like a really good item. I'm surprised we don't see that more. That feels like it's actually a pretty good item. It's one of those kind of maybe luxury items on a support, I'm sure, but damn. Interesting stuff. Heaven's Halberd's now coming out on Husker, and that'll be good against Chaos Knight. Get that disarm working. What else did we see there? Oh yeah, the Silver Edge finished on Faceless Void, meanwhile.
Middle tower is under
Good
attack.
passive Canceller, and actually very good against the likes of
middle tower has fallen.
Husker here. That Berserker's Blood, so that actually makes a little more sense as to why he perhaps went the Shadow Blade. He wasn't really thinking about it from that perspective. Husker immediately gets lassoed in, pulled back. What just happened? Okay, he's good. This gets pulled and pushed every which way. Oh, but he still gets got on by Chaos Knight. He just quickly runs away. And now Chaos Knight will fall back. Was that a relocate? I think it was. So that's what that was. That just jetted him backwards right there. Abaddon pops a borrowed time. But the racks are fun. Chronosphere in the background catches a couple, including Control Heavy, including Rose, actually. They're going to go on him in the background. He will be fine for the time being. And now they'll look at him maybe turn something. I mean, nobody dead just yet. Eternal Heavy trying to hold his ground. Weave does come out right there. The chase is on in favor of NP. I don't know how nobody's died throughout this just yet, but Chaos Knight going back in, actually, onto the Wisp. Ain't able to kill him, though, initially. Down goes the Ogre Magi background. However, they will get the pick on Abaddon there, and down goes the Nyx as well. Now Wisp trying to continue to save the Husker. He's going toe-to-toe with the Faceless Void. Bow out here as well. Gets the kill on a Faceless. Wisp doing work. Loda now charging and needs to kill that Wisp. He knows Reality Rift will eventually do that as the gem drops on top of that. Aui's actually just going to go snipe that and pick it up instead of maybe Loda taking care of it. So, I mean, no matter what the numbers are, honestly, it's still a victory for Alliance and ends up being only 3 for 3 anyways. So I'm a little confused there. I'm not too sure. How the hell did the Wisp keep surviving? Wait, why did he, like, shoot back up to full life immediately? What was I missing there? He can't. Can he use this on teammates? Oh my god. Acceptor allows him to use it on teammates. That's what that was. So that's what the Husker was as well. Okay. God. Yeah, I was so in the moment, I'm like, I don't even know what happened, but we'll just go with it anyways. Oh god. They know he picked up the rune. Yeah, they're not going to open. That's a really interesting axe for sure. Means his damage output is a high, of course, but that's a nice kind of support tool to have. Ogre's going to be fine. EGM will also be fine. Oh boy, both supports get out. Oh, never mind. He dead. The burn is too much. Yeah, that really fits the theme of this all-in Husker strat. I mean, you get an Ags on a Weaver as well. You throw that with an Abaddon and a Wisp. I mean, this is just all surrounding the Husker, so no wonder why it was so difficult to kill people throughout that fight. Jesus. Again, they still got the racks. It's also kind of funky because I feel like Weaver didn't necessarily do a lot of damage at the fight because maybe he was so focused on, you know, using that time lapse appropriately on his teammates. What's a cooldown? 16 second. So it's almost like a deterrent in a way. So it kind of turns him into more of a supporter's hero rather than being this aggressive hero. Solo kill potential even. But again, it's clearly the game plan of NP here. It's just simply support Husker, let him do damage, keep him alive at all costs kind of deal. Here we go though, Alliance making the way downtown. 3,800 gold saved up on Loda here. So obviously plenty for a buyback. I'm surprised maybe not waiting for his next tier item before they really try to push here. Dazzle sounds like a Pokemon. Dazzle! Dazzle, dazzle, dazzle! Is that a Manta purchased by, who was that? That would have been Loda? Oh wow, he has a Moon Shard too now. God, he's attacking so fast.
Radiant's top tower
0.37 seconds per attack. Batrider does have a BKB, and it is 10 seconds, yes. That's a pretty huge dab. Oh, here we go. They go in. SVG going to be pulled back, though, by Batrider. Not the most damage, though. Relocate coming out from Wisp. But meanwhile, Eternal Envy, can they save time? That's not going to happen. Down goes Eternal Envy. He buys back immediately. Kronos in the background catches knocked as well as Aoi 2000 over here. He still has that time lapse to use. Is not going to use it. Borrowed time activated, but knocked will fall. Buyback across the board, though, for this team. Rose gets picked up in the background. However, Alliance is now pushing through. Their Eternal Envy. He is up in full live. Time lapse is ready to go for Weaver as well, but now the Rax is taking too much damage. Here goes the Lodo with the Reality Rift. Takes out Weaver right there. The crits are real. And the multicast. SVG, he gets pushed back with the time lapse. And so he'll be fine. Lit, meanwhile, runs away with that BKB of his. And also the melee Rax just falls right there. Eternal Envy. Oh no, the Reality Rift pull from Loda. Yes, the Phantasm as well. And the Manta Styles, all the illusions. GG, well played. Alliance will take another series, 2-0. This one over NP. And they, again, have to be feeling so good after what happened today. So, it's one day, a lot of work to be done. But Alliance really making some statements here today, defeating the previously undefeated Escape Gaming 2-0. And now taking out NP 2-0, who's just coming off qualifying for the Summit 6 from the North American region as of late last night, less than 24 hours ago. So, again, Alliance, they have a lot to be excited and happy about. And, yeah, I think you could call that a bit of an outdraft. Again, NP clearly just was all in on this whole idea of Husker strategy here. The Chaos Knight final pick really was that curveball that kind of took NP off guard, and I think that's kind of what set the tempo really for Alliance. So, well played by Alliance. Anyways, that's going to do it for game number 2, and well for the casting here. So, really do appreciate you guys tuning in. You can turn into twitch.tv/BreakingCBK, as well as my YouTube channel, as well as all my social media platforms there. So, check it out if you haven't yet, and look forward to more of these casts coming at you. Until next time, guys, have a good night. All right, I'm back. Again, I do that just for the purpose of YouTube. Yeah, I am going to be wrapping up the stream here, though, in general, too. Because it actually, you are right, it's about the time I'd be getting off. And